Today on the channel, we're going to unbox this Donner DTL100 electric guitar. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to unbox this guitar. It's the Donner DTL100. I believe it's their version of a Telecaster. I could be wrong, but let's get to unboxing and seeing what's inside this thing. Let's see. I got to figure out where the tape is on this thing and see if I can get it out without impaling myself with my knife. Let's get this end of it open. Once we get it out, I'll get some close-up shots of it, go over some specs and features, and as always, like we do on the channel, I'll do a full demo. We'll plug it into the computer and see what it sounds like. All right, so this is coming out pretty easy. At least I thought it was. All right, got us a gig bag here. Now, Donner does not sponsor me on these videos. They just send me stuff to review, and I can keep the guitar in exchange for the review. But my rule of thumb is if I like the guitar, it shows up on the channel. So if this video made it to air, then you know this guitar is nice, because I am actually pretty picky when it comes to electric guitars. And to be honest, Donner has sent me a lot of really great stuff in the past. I've never been disappointed, and a great value. So let's see what this DTL100 looks like. So this is just a basic gig bag, okay? It's very thin. It's okay for travel. I wouldn't recommend bringing this gig bag to any major gigs, man. There's not a lot of protection in this thing, but hey, at least it's a gig bag, right? Get that out of the way. Decent weight so far. We are wrapped in plastic, and we've got some of this foamy stuff. I used to call it cheesecloth, and somebody called me out in the comments a year or so ago and said, that's not cheesecloth, so I never call it cheesecloth. But you know what? Today I'm going to call this foamy stuff cheesecloth. We'll see if that guy shows back up in the comments to tell me it's not cheesecloth. It's just some kind of foam, styrofoam stuff. All right, so there's the Donner headstock. I like the Donner headstock. I'm a headstock person. If the headstock on a guitar sucks or doesn't look good, I just will not even fathom playing the guitar or pick it up. It's got to look good. There's some really, really awful looking headstocks out there, and Donner's is a nice, appealing headstock. Okay, so this is a beautiful looking Telecaster style guitar. That's kind of like an Olympic white with a black guard. I like it. I like this a lot. This is very cool. Okay, we've got the styrofoam over the three-way switch, which is nice because that could easily get damaged in shipping. That seems to be okay and operational. Got our volume and our tone. Let me get this paper off of the fretboard. All right, we've got the Donner tag underneath the strings here. We'll get that out of the way and take a look at it. All right. Look at this baby. Just inspecting it real quick to see if there's any damages or any flaws that I can pick out. First sight, this thing looks flawless. Now, more than likely, I'll have to set the action on this thing and get it set to my liking because a lot of times these guitars, they've traveled overseas or they've sat at Amazon for a while, and due to climate changes and things like that, you get a little bit of change with the way the action is. But if you got to lower the action on these guitars, it's very easy. The truss rod adjustment on this particular model is up here on the headstock, and it would just take an Allen wrench and you would give it a a few cranks to the right to tighten it up, and that'll lower your action. If you lower your action a little bit too low, you'll start to get buzzing in the first couple of frets, and then you would just want to back off a little bit and crank it to the left. So you don't want to over crank it, just so you don't get any buzz there, and you'll see the string action lower down significantly. Usually you want to get it at about 5 millimeters at the 12th fret on the low E and about 3 millimeters on the high E at the 12th fret, and about 1 and 3 on the 1st fret. That's usually pretty close. I will need to raise up this bridge pickup. It is a little bit on the low side. I want it to be a little bit hotter. The neck pickup might come up a couple millimeters as well. Let's see if we've got any fret sprout. We'll check out Donner and see how they did with this. This feels good. I gotta admit, a lot of these guitars, you know, the budget guitars, the budget conscientious price guitars, a few years ago, the neck sprout was so bad on them that you could cut cheese with them, man. You could take your cheesecloth and it would just shred it, you know. And you can take a look at this. I'm rubbing this stuff on the side of the frets, and it's not catching at all. It surely would catch if there was a problem with it, and it's not. The frets feel nice. This fretboard is extremely dark. It's probably dyed very dark, so I'm not really sure what this material is. It's probably some kind of maybe Pau Ferro or Laurel or something like that, but I'm not really picky about it. As long as it feels good, I'm okay with it. I like the way that it feels so far. The back of this neck has a nice figure to it. Obviously, it's some kind of maple. These guitars are made in China, clearly. Let's get a close-up of this nut. Take a look at the nut on this thing. Trying to get it on camera. Extreme close-up. You remember Wayne's World when they would go, extreme close-up? That's what this is like. So there's the nut on this. I'm really particular about this sort of thing. A lot of cheap guitars and budget guitars and some more expensive guitars, they just don't take enough time to make the nut proper. If the nut is bad, it's going to play terrible. And this nut is cut extremely low. I mean, good job. Nice job, Donner. Nice job. Now the high E string is slightly out of slot. I must have moved that. So it's back in slot, but this nut looks great. Excellent. Excellent curvature to it. Got your typical Donner branded neck plate. Got the 6-string through body ferrules on the back of the guitar. Looks intonated. When you look at the bridge, the way that these saddles are lined up, they're kind of stair-stepped. EAD, then they're stair-stepped from the GBE. That indicates that this guitar has been set up to some extent, or at least they set these bridges up before they install them. So it should be close to intonation. 2 single coils, your typical lipstick looking single coil there in the neck, and a single coil there in the bridge pickup position. I'm loving this white with the black guard and the super black fretboard. It's pretty sexy, man. This guitar would look nice with a maple fretboard too, but this black, all this black and this white, it just, to me, it looks rock and roll. It looks mean. I'm impressed. Let me get some close-up shots of this thing, and then we will do a sound test. All right, let's check it out. Okay, so there you have it. That's the Donner DTL100 electric guitar. There's a promotional code, Marty DTL, and if you follow the link in the description below, you can get 10% off. Last I checked, this is on sale Black Friday weekend. It's like 89 bucks, man. Total steal for the money. I'm not paid by Donner to do these. I'm not a sponsor, but if I think it's a good value, I stick it on the channel and I share it with everybody. This is a great deal. Awesome platform guitar if you want to do upgrades later, or if you just want to play it as is. So Marty DTL, all one word, is the promo code, 10% off. Link in the description below. Hope you had a safe and happy holiday, and have a happy rest of the new year. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing, comment below, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.